If you happen to have a car or a bike, you know how much of a hassle it is to try to go to a gas station, find an air compressor that's working. Hopefully it's free, otherwise you have to find some quarters for it. As of right now, in the back of my trunk, I've been carrying around an air compressor that's actually pretty big, plugs into the 12-volt outlet in my car, and allows me to fill up my tires whenever I need to. But with that big bulky unit comes a couple of inconveniences. First of all, I have to find somewhere to put it where it's out of the way until I need it. Then when I need it, I have to go dig it out, grab it, take it out of the case, put everything together and plug it into a 12-volt outlet that's already being used. So I have to unplug what's already in there, yada yada yada. But right here in front of me, we have the red dot winner of 2021. We have a smart tire inflator that actually looks very cool, and it's very small and compact and runs off of battery power. This does feature an LED digital display, an auto shut-off function, preset pressures, as well as a touchscreen display. Actually sounds very cool, especially if you're a tech head. This is good for multiple things that require air, such as car tires, motorcycle tires, bicycle tires, electric bicycle tires, as well as balls. Of course, you're going to need an adapter depending on what you're trying to fill up. And the battery life on this, there's about 2200 milliamp hour capacity, and you can fill up 4 car tires on a single charge. So just keep in mind, once you drain this thing down to 0, you're going to have to recharge it. Otherwise, next time you need to use it, you're not going to be able to. So that's the one downside. It only fills up 4 tires. But generally, when your tire goes flat, it's 1 tire and not all 4, so you should be good to go. Decent looking box slides right out. And inside the box, we have a user manual, a little drawstring carrying bag, a USB-C charging cable, as well as a couple tips, including one for balls. And then we have the device itself. Actually has some weight to it. Feels very solid. Like, this thing is actually a pretty well-made piece of equipment. Okay. Nice big touchscreen right here, and it's off. We're gonna just satisfying. Now up here on the top, we have the USB Type-C charging port. Looks like we might have a flashlight. We have the attachment for the hose as well as the hose. Oh, I feel stupid. That's why there's user manuals. And the hose pulls out. So this is the hose. It actually stores inside, and the cool thing is when you pull it out, I guess you pull it out, it automatically turns on. You put it back in, it automatically turns off. I feel stupid. I was getting upset. I was like, how'd they not include the hose? But we got the hose right here. That's actually very cool. Then you just lock it onto the red spot right here, which is the spot for the hose. Okay, so that's actually very cool, very well designed. Props for that. So like I was saying, you could put this attachment on here if you want to fill up a ball very simply like so. It's going to be on there. And now let's actually take a look at what we have here. So we do have a battery status indicator over here on the left. We're actually in bicycle mode, it looks like. So we could tap on the M. Now we're in ball mode, person mode, maybe that's just whatever you want, manual mode, car mode, motorcycle mode, bicycle mode, and so on and so forth. And then right here we have the unit of measurements. We have PSI, bar, kPa, as well as kilograms per centimeter squared. You can choose which one you want. I'm gonna stick with PSI. We have a power button in the middle. Oh! That scared me. I did not expect that to happen. For some reason I thought it was gonna turn off, which doesn't make sense since, you know, this plugs in there, but So then we have the plus and minus, so you can adjust how much pressure you want. So let me see. So if I go to mode for the car, my car actually uses about 45. So I put it up to 45, and then it'll actually stop once it hits 45, so you don't overinflate. So that's very cool. Up here you actually see the current pressure of what you're filling up, so you can keep an eye on that as well, and you can check your tire pressure if you want to. Now with that being said, it's actually very well designed, and that was actually pretty loud, so let's actually test it to see how loud it was. So it looks like we're pulling right around 80 decibels of sound, and that's actually not too bad because the air compressor that I have is actually a lot louder than that, and it's a lot bigger and bulkier, and this thing's actually very small, very cool, and technologically advanced. I'm really liking it. So with that being said, let's head out to my Tesla and let's top off the tires because they are running a little bit low because of the weather changes and all that stuff. All right, so what better time to put this thing to the test than when the weather gets cold and all the tires start going flat. All right, so as you guys can see, I have this set of 45 PSI, so to automatically turn off once it's full because 45 is the recommended pressure. Got it on, It's reading the tire pressure, which is accurate because it's exactly what the car said, 36.5 psi, so this shouldn't take too long to fill up. Now we'll just turn it on. Alright, so although this thing is working, it is painfully slow. I wouldn't recommend this for a car. I mean, it's good to have in an emergency, but it literally took over 3 minutes to go up 1 psi, and I have to go up 10, so do the math, that's like 30 minutes per tire. Not gonna be good in a pinch, although if it's all you have, then it's good. But this is probably best served if you wanna fill up sporting balls or maybe bicycle tires, because those are much smaller and take a lot less air. But for a car, can't really recommend this.